What's going on, guys? Logan JYA here, and this week we took on Trif in a battle for the ages. So be sure to stick around for the whole video. We end on a cliffhanger. You guys are definitely going to want to see how this concludes. So if you want the games to continue on between Trifanoski, the Pen God, and myself, the Drykage, be sure to smash 100 likes on this video. Subscribe if you ain't already done so for more Yu-Gi-Oh content. And I don't want to preface this too much. Let's get straight into the battle, guys. Let's do it.
Let's go! Let's go!
Alright guys, it's time for the moment you all been waiting for. The Pen God versus the Drykage. We've got some serious gas for you guys. Now I'm telling you right now, in this particular match, Trif was trying out some new spicy strategies, some of which are actually pretty quite meta. And you already know what we came at him with, so I don't want to preface this too much. I want to show you guys this amazing duel and kind of walk you through some of the things that happens. We've actually got 2 matches for you guys to watch, and man, it will not disappoint you. I'm telling you, these were intriguing games, so let's get into it. Alright guys, so I actually win the die roll in game 1, and I think we do pretty good if my memory serves me correctly here, even though my hand is absolutely tragic. We do the absolute best we can, right? So we Delta, pitch Ben 10, grab Diviner, get our we have our ritual spell in hand. We are able to combo here. We do get Beatrice in rotation, and that sends us our Gamma. So obviously you guys already see our hand was pretty atrocious, all things considered, but we were able to get some of our most important cards into rotation, and we're still going to be able to build a strong board. This build of Drytron is most similar to Drytron 11, so if you want to see that profile, be sure to check it out on my channel. You can find it there. Anyway, you guys already know how we're doing things. We're going Medionis at it back, and then we're going to go for our Moy Beta. But boom, dude, Trif isn't slacking here. He hits us with the Ghost Ogre on Moy Beta. It's a problem with this card being in the meta right now because it is pretty strong against our deck, and a lot of us aren't playing those orange lights to protect ourselves from hand traps as much as we used to, and it's pretty hard to even get to an orange light before going for Moy Beta Fafnir. So again, guys, I want to actually take a quick minute here. Let's take a look at what the opponent's playing here. You see what Stephen J. Trifanoski brought to us. He brought some Brave cards, bro. What's up with that? Anyway, we see some of the Cyberse engine, and if you guys saw our commentary of the Goofy Gauntlet, I think our friend from Team Grim YuGiOh, Andrew, is posting those on his channel. You'll see a duelist who played a list pretty similar to what Trif is sporting here, and it's basically a 60-card pile deck that takes advantage of some of the most ease of access link climb plays that really lead into some crazy stuff. So we're going to continue to try and play on. We're not dead in the water yet, and you're going to see why. We actually still have our Megalith package in rotation, which is going to add back Ben 10, use it, get ourselves Ophiel, grab ourselves Fool, grab ourselves another Diviner for follow-up, because we were running low on fair research targets in deck. Now, this is where I think I might have kind of made an error here. I think I could have gone for more. I could have left Fool on field, but not exactly knowing what Trif was playing or trying to be as prepared as possible for Pen, I was prioritizing the Scythe Lock instead of leaving the Fool on field to tag out into the Bethor. And Ophiel was the easiest way that I saw of us being able to tag in and trigger that Dagda here while still maintaining some advantage. So we use its effect to summon the Fool. Again, I kind of did waste it. I think if I actually used maybe the Fool on field a little earlier or just kept it on field, there was some other plays I could have done. But regardless, you already see what we're setting up here. We're going for our DPE Scythe play, and we opened up both pieces in hand, which is absolutely tragic. I choose not to shotgun going into this matchup because, you know, and then he rips Fusion Destiny off the top. Like, go figure, right? Like, punish me for not doing it. So go figure. But absolutely goes in for that damage. We take 21 from that battle, I believe, or 2k, excuse me. We trade DPEs, and the Scythe does kill itself, so we fix that real quick. And he ends up setting a monster from his hand here. I'm a little confused as to why he didn't go for this. Maybe he just wasn't trying to reveal it yet. Obviously, he couldn't have used Rite of Armesia. There might have been a restriction here that I'm not noticing. So he plays it conservatively. He's like, DPE is enough. In a simplified game state, because obviously my board wasn't much. So we trade boards here, but I got a lot of Drytron gas and Graves, so I'm like, okay, dude, I'm just going to go off. It is what it is. Using Medionis, getting the free add back, Delta effect, of course, get the free draw. We're lining up our second copy of Moy Beta Fafnir. We get our free draw that gets us Zeta, which is the last name that we needed. And, of course, the Pen God himself recognizes when the game is done there. We're going to move into the next round, alright guys, and we're going to be going second here, and like I said, we're seeing the Cyber strategy, exactly what it does. It's one card that puts up a very formidable board of DPE plus Scythe, right? I mean, obviously, we do it too, but they just do it kind of quicker and off of one card, but they don't generate the same amount of advantage, don't have the same utility as we do. However, Magician Souls, the cool thing is that you get to fill your deck with all these awesome techs like Magician Souls, the Brave Engine, excuse me guys, sorry, I almost got sick there, the Brave Engine, and all that other good stuff. It's pretty easy to just kind of climb on up here. So we go for the Verite, of course. He gets himself a Draco back and the Griffin Rider. We're going to slap that joint down before we actually proceed with the DPE play. So we're looking at Scythe Lock guaranteed plus an Omni Negate. But look what's in my hand. I got that nice double evenly match. That's pretty good. So check this out, bro. We get the first one out the way, and then we hit him with the second evenly match, and he has to keep the token. So it's like, wow, that was pretty strong. Now, I am still locked, so I was high-key considering just passing turn. And seeing what's in his hand, we definitely should have just passed turn, or maybe it didn't matter. In fact, let me see. Let me try and remember here. Maybe I do play it conservatively. I just get the Lancia out of deck. That's right. This actually does make sense because I wanted to get the Lancia to stop him from getting those Celestial draws. That might have put him too far ahead, and I didn't want to take a risk like that. So I'm like, all right, we're gonna trigger this Ben 10. We're gonna search that Lancia. I don't want him getting those draws. So that was kind of the logic there, and we didn't commit too hard because that DPE is gonna come back. It would just start picking apart the board again. So obviously we just played it conservatively without having the ability to go in the extra. But Dasher's going to special summon the Guardian here. He gets a free take a dump with the Dotscaper. Just goes to some of the Dark, which was interesting, and then just put in some damage, which is fair enough. And then we go into our turn, comes back around. We get a search for the Draco Nids. Maybe I was thinking about it. See, oh, here's the thing that really kind of sucked. If we had any, like, one more level, if this droplet was any Drytron name, if it was anything, well, if it was a Drytron name, we'd be in a better situation. But the logic here was using Bethor's effect from hand to special summon the Fool, and then add back the Ben 10 and start the Megalith plays like that. I have done that before. It does come up. But we're still going to be able to play here. We go for our own copy of DPE. And I clear the Dark because I actually want to see what he's going to search off this, and I also thought it was unlikely that he would DPE pop here. I want to trade boards again, I really do. And I get punished. I get massively punished. It turns out he plays DD Crow. So that is rough for us. We're just going to kind of have to roll with that punch because got no choice at this point. He pops off the droplets, it is what it is, and our DPE gets out of here. We have to summon Celestial, and he continues to play and climb into a Lina, and I just decide to scoop it up there. Game 3, though, rolls around, and Jesus Christ, guys. Can you just let's take a moment together and look at what is in this man's hand. We got DD Crow, Ogre, Imperm, and Nibiru. Alright, I'm just going to say that, and I'm going to let it play, okay, guys? Because clearly we opened a full combo. This is a pretty good hand, all things considered. We get DD Crow on Alpha. Alright. Well, that sucked. Okay, I don't know if I could have played that more conservatively. I think that kind of just sucked, but I was like, okay, cool. At least we still have DP, so we'll be able to play on follow-up. Proceeding on, he trades with the Witchcrafter because he knows if he goes for his play, I'm just going to pop the Fateful Adventure, and he's going to be stuck with a stupid token and no access to the engine for the rest of the game. So he makes the conservative play, knowing he's got all these hand traps, Jesus Christ, and you're going to try and stop me from playing. I mean, makes sense. So we're going to get our Celestial draws, we're going to go for the emergency, and this is where I mess up, guys. He's bricking on something. I should have just used logic to dictate, okay, just control the board. You don't have to go ham right now. You really don't have that much to worry about. Just keep it under 5 summons and just play it safe. Nah, I go full idiot here, guys. I absolutely go full idiot, and I'm like, oh, we're full comboing this man, bro. It's going to be insane. Let's see how much I can play through. Not the way to do this. Absolutely not the way to do this. So, obviously, we're climbing through our Drytron plays. We get Ogred. I call by that joint. He slaps down the Imperm, so it's not resolving anyway. We go for Diviner, grab Fool. Obviously, I'm committing heavy. I feel like he spent those to get me to think that I should go harder. We go for Beatrice. Dump the Zeta effect, so we have another name in rotation. This served like no purpose. All of this at the end here legitimately served no purpose. It was such a dumb mistake. I shouldn't have extended that hard. I should have kept it under 5 summons. So obviously I'm going to trade with the Nibiru, but now he is clear to go and get the Faithful Adventure online. Dude, I'm just still mad at myself for that. I so didn't need to do that. And now we have to deal with an Omni Negate. Oh, JK, Lord's coming back. Here, guys, you're going to see like a bit of a suboptimal play where he actually winds it back and fixes it up. So, just ignore that for a second here because we are trying to play our best against each other. So he does kind of, we do kind of rewind stuff back here, and I do let him take it back. So you're going to see, though, it's going to end up being a very similar, if not the same end result. And he's just going to dark take our DPE, and that card is insane. So we go Alpha, grab Natasha, go for Gamma here, and as soon as he pops our target to add back the Medionis, that's when this game ends. Because I go for the direct swings twice, and I'm like, all right, you know what I have here? I got a Zeus play. He spent his DPE pop. We're chilling. We're just going to sit on Zeus. We're going to be fine. We're going to be able to control the game. We have another send. When it comes back to our turn, we're going to be able to play again. And the man has another Nibiru. He just slaps it down there, bro. With the wrath of the son of Zeus, it comes down, and it slams down onto the board, and that's going to be GG, brother. That's going to be GG. I'm absolutely screwed at this point. And, yeah, that Faithful Avenger, going to generate that advantage, get the right of Armesier, and absolutely obliterate me. Look at that. Look at that. Absolute obliteration. I was screwed. But, hey, man, that was only game 1. You think we're stopping there? That was only match 1, all right? We got beat the first one. Let's see what happens on the run. Another match for you guys, and we both switched decks in this situation. Trif continues to play a 60-card pile, this time incorporating the Sword Soul strategy, more so similar to the base decks. And you're going to see what I'm playing, where we took it back to formula, back to one of my favorite Drytron builds for the current format, Drytron X. Now let's look at this opening hand here. What do we have here? An absolute brick fest. I go Fusion Destiny. All I can do is DPE said Droplets Pass. It sucks. And of course, he gets to start off with the beautiful right of Armesier. He goes for the Emergence, and normal summon, I'm totally popping this, getting that out of the game. We get Belled on the effect to come back, go figure. And he gets to climb into Yazi here. I have to Droplets this, because otherwise he's going to go to Value Town when it gets popped. He goes in for damage, and I'm just praying to top deck a name at this point. Nope. Absolutely screwed. Absolutely bodied. No way to empty the hand, and we just get wrecked game 1. But game 2 rolls around, and we're going first again, and our hand is bonkers, guys. And we have to play through lots of interruption. I think you're going to like how we do it. So we go Alpha, Pitch, Zeta. Of course, you guys already know. Grab Medionis, grab Ben 10, get Diviner here. And this is how we kind of be resilient with the cards we have in hand. We get Ogre, but I was ready for that. It didn't matter. We go Diviner, Normal Summon, grab our Fool. Fool is going to let us continue to play on. We go Delta Effect Engrave, pitching the Fool, get the free draw without giving up the knowledge that we have the Gamma. So we're going to go for Dagda. This forces out the Nibiru. Okay, guys, listen, there's probably other things. Here, listen, let me put it this way. If I summoned Verte, knowing that I have Fusion Destiny in here, it would have forced the Nibiru the same way, and we would have also ended on Scythe Lock. So I'm putting that out there, guys, as definitely a minor misplay. I definitely should have just summoned Verte there, made him think I didn't have the Gamma in hand, and that, like, this was the best I could do, and then he drops the nib on us. So just think of that in the future. You really got to mind game your opponent a bit more. So that was something that I could have done better in that situation. But now I reveal to him that I have the Gamma. We're going to continue to full combo here, because we go into our second Moy Beta, Fool Effect, add back Ben 10, and just, dude, I'm like, dude, I can still end on Herald with 2 negates and DPE with the resources I have, and that was all off of just 1 Gamma. That was the last Drytron effect I had left. So we're going through our play here. We actually get the searches. We proceed to overlay for Ptolemy, add back Ben 10, go for the Diviner, the Dawn of the Herald, get our double search here, so we're locked and loaded with 2 negates, still ending on DPE. We're going to get that Nibiru out of here. I just popped the Moy Beta because I want to make room. And he goes for Vishuda play. We just DPE pop on summon, it's fine. DD Crow comes down. We have to negate that because since I declared the effect, that means I would be locked out of my Drytrons on follow-up because I had no choice. And the other thing I was worried about is him going for Instant Fusion and summoning one of the Vanilla monsters or the Millenniumize Restrict. If he summoned the Millenniumize, then he would be able to negate and take like our Perfection, I think. I don't know. I couldn't even remember how the card worked, so I could be wrong here. But at the same time, I was kind of fearing either that or a normal monster that would then let him use Vishuda Engrave to bounce it. So we'd just be negating Vishuda. This stops him from getting a card on field. And I'm like, he has to have a gas card, last card in hand. And he does. It's Emergence, so he's going to add Tie. Hasn't normal summoned yet. Pretty strong. We've still got some back and forth here. Going to go for the bounce, actually end up getting it. Puts back the Ptolemy, goes for the Yazi by lowering the level. And Yazi's going to pop our cards. But here's the problem. He doesn't have much gas left because he doesn't have a card in hand. He doesn't have a way to get it to make his Moye live. So he's just going for a slight play here. And he gets to add back the Ashuna, but he's only got like very slight plays and we have full combo Engrave. So we get that game. Now it's the ever so important game 3 here. And he's opening up again with a hand filled with hand traps. And the only hand trap I see is Orange Light. So I'm like, okay, Halk's here. We're totally Orange Lighting that. But the Brave Engine is still going to show its ugly head. And he actually is still able to play a little bit here. So he's going to end up on the Griffin Rider negate with 2 interruptions in hand. How do you guys think this game's going to shake out? I don't know. I don't know. We had a little bit of a ruling question there. Got it figured out. So he does negate. I kind of have to force everything here and then just go for the Fusion Destiny play. It's like, it's fine. I know it's not Drytron cards putting in the work right here, but we still get it done. He rips the call by off the top, bro. He ripped the call by off the top to take the DPE out of the game. Absolutely insane. But we go in for 16 pass, and we're just waiting for a name. And then we rip a name off the top. He's only got a Veiler. He knows that's not going to be enough with all the advantage I have in Grave. And we absolutely get him in this game. So we took an L at the start. We come back, and we just get the win, and out of 2 matches, he gets 1, I get 1. It was an insane battle, a war of titans, Drykage versus Pen God, and obviously he was spicing it up a little bit with some strategies that I didn't see coming. So honestly, guys, I really appreciate you watching this whole video. Be sure to smash the like button, subscribe to me, subscribe to Trif if you're not already, and if you're not already, what are you doing? Seriously, guys, he's the Pen God. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember, yeah, guys, Drytron or Dytron. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.